Hello, everyone. It's Ken Scott back with another episode of the Denied Entry to USA show. Forget that. We're not going to go into that. I'm back to give you guys some more game regarding these border cases. Now, today, we're going to talk about the dangers of using these cheap discount waiver companies, and even these lawyers for that matter, but these cheap discount waiver companies in Ontario and other places. The $599 Batman's Pardon the Waiver company. So we'll do everything for $5.99. You guys are stupid enough to fall for it. You deserve to be screwed. I'm going to just be bluntly honest. What are you going to get for $5.99 or even $8.99, $7.99? Reason why I was saying is because the fact that, first of all, for us, again, you guys know me, Ken Scott Sr., U.S. Immigration Information Intelligence Analyst with www.usentry-waiver-services.com. You guys know that we get you cleared to enter the USA, and we've been in this business since, I want to say, since the Clinton administration, if anyone can think that far back or remember that far back. Although at that time is when we actually worked for the system. So that time frame and a bit forward is when we actually have hands-on experience. Now, this is the reason why we're so effective in this, because the fact that we've had the same training as high-end law firms. We have the same tools that they use. We know the tools they use. We know what they're going to say and do. But with us, the added bonus is we've actually had hands-on experience in, how can I say it, in enforcing these laws when we worked for the system. Kind of like in the sense of put your hands behind your back, you're being detained or you're under arrest, based upon applying the principles that are used in these waiver applications and just law in general. So because I was a former American law enforcement officer and trainer, and I worked for the federal system as well. Well, I worked state and federal, so I know both sides of the coin. And I've had the same training as these firms. So overall, I guess you can say we're just the shit. So we got 6 locations around the world, 3 in BC, we've got 1 in London, England. I was there temporarily for a short period of time, back and forth with the London office. We've got a Washington State one. That one is going to have some special duties and etc. So right now I'm in the Surrey office, and I'm telling you guys this stuff for a reason, but I want to show you guys my Surrey location. Well, I hate to say mine, but okay, that's a photo on the wall. Let me see if I can do this, backtrack a little here. I don't want to fall backwards here. You guys can see my balcony. And the trolls are going to say this is a Zoom image. Well, you know what? Let me find. So they're going to say this is a Zoom background. Well, it's not. You guys can clearly, see if I can do this. You guys can clearly see my, you guys can clearly see my hand. Oh, raising and lowering the blinds. In fact, you know what? I'm going to show you outside. Now you can really see my balcony. It's massive, my Surrey office. And let you guys see the back behind me, all the good stuff. You guys get the, anyway, you guys get the picture. Now, the reason why I had to lay this groundwork is because the fact that the discount waiver companies, now I can't get the blinds down. Fuck. I might have to let the Surrey manager do that. Anyway, the discount waiver companies, they don't have the same resources that we do or the same level of knowledge and experience and expertise. So what they try to do is they try to suck any kind of dollar they can from you to keep alive. This is why they push Canadian pardons, because for them, Canadian pardons are like a quick cash cow. So let's just say you're John Smith, you apply for Canadian pardon through Batman's Pardons and Waivers for $4.99. You get denied, which is a good chance you will. Batman just made $500 plus GST. and you say, what the fuck? Batman says, well, sorry about that. Same applies for a waiver. Same exact thing. You go to Batman Pardon and Waivers to get a waiver done for, I'll just say trafficking. That's what we specialize in, getting those cases, those applications through. So you got PPT conviction. You go to Batman to get me clear. Batman slaps together a packet in, I don't know, 2 weeks or whatever, or less than that. Batman tries to bill you in installments, bill you in things like admin costs, surcharge for this, surcharge for that. And 8 months later, Batman finally has the packet ready, let's just say. It goes to CBP, gets denied, and he says, sorry about that. Then you guys call me or call us, and we can turn it around. But the problem is, well, it's not really a problem to us. But the thing is, had you came to us in the beginning, that same PPT case probably would have been about, excuse me, that same PPT case. Let me get coconut water. Wait a minute. So that same PPT case, we probably would have charged you guys, I'm going to say 18 to 2,200 or more, depending upon the complexity of the case. So 18 to 2,200 maybe. And I got the coconut water here because you guys know I'm very healthy and I'm very transparent. The thing is, with us, we do charge more than Batman. But it's much better. But the thing is, we have a 99% success rate in all of our cases. We don't take on a case if we think it's going to get denied. That's just silly to do that, because then you get a bad name in the community and known for just basically just taking money and doing fuck all. We don't do that. If you come to us, we'll let you know bluntly if we think it's going to go through. And if 99 times out of 100, it goes through. So, and also another reason is these discount waiver companies, like I said, a lot of them, and a lot of these lawyers too, they don't know what they're doing. Like these waiver applications, I don't know if it's these guys can't read or they don't have the critical thinking skills or what. But I'm going to put a link in the description of what the actual waiver application number is. This is what it looks like. So, okay, that's fine. So it's I-182 application for advance permission to enter as a non-immigrant. A client came in and we just basically changed her packet out, updated everything. So I'm going to read to you guys some of the questions on these packets. Then they ask for name, which is fine. They ask for name, which is fine. They ask for, city of birth, country of birth, yada, yada, address, yada, that's nothing. They ask for purpose for entering. This explain fully below. This is where a lot of these discount waiver companies screw up, and lawyers. They don't know how to address that area properly. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because these discount waiver companies like Batman's Pardons and Waivers and Big Johnny's law firm or whatever, they constantly scan this channel to try to get free info to better their services, but they can kick rocks. Do you believe, another question says, do you believe that you may be inadmissible to the US? Yes or no? I'm going to go out on a limb and assume most people understand what yes or no means. So this one actually has to be answered the appropriate way. And this screws up a lot of people because some people don't even need these waivers. There's actually a way to document why you don't need it based upon this question, but you have to know, we get that handsome faces here, but you have to know what the fuck you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get the person's going to get denied. Now, if you don't care if they get denied, that's fine. Then you're just going to have a lot of haters. Just your call. And have you previously filed an application for advance permission to enter the United States as a non-immigrant? That's the next question. And that's yes or no. That's not rocket science, but yes, there's a way you can address that section if you don't recall the details or location. And that's all I'm going to say. What screws up a lot of applications is, have you ever been in the US for a period of 6 months or more? Yes or no. This is what messes a lot of people up, because some people think they were there 6 months or believe they may have been there 6 months. They don't know how to answer that. So it could be that because the time they spent there, they don't have to really qualify under that question. That's all I'm going to say on that. But the discount waiver companies, lawyers, they don't know how to answer that. So they often put a wrong answer there and the person gets screwed up, because then you're dealing with another set of rules and laws for overstay. And it's just going down a rabbit hole. Next question, have you ever filed an application or petition for immigration benefits? Oh, I should have didn't show. Immigration benefits with the US government. Has one ever been filed on your behalf? Yes or no? Another area they screw up in. My throat's so dry. Have you ever been denied or refused an immigration benefit by the US government, or had a benefit revoked or terminated? Yes or no? I don't have to say any more about that. Have you ever, in or outside the US, been arrested, cited, charged, indicted, fined, convicted, or imprisoned for breaking or violating any law or ordinance, excluding minor traffic violations? You guys got to know how to answer that, yes or no. And the thing is, if these things are yes, you have to know how to properly document it. I mean, if it's no, it's a no. Then they ask stuff about race, eye color, employment. Employment's another area, because that's not documented properly. The person could get screwed up. And they ask info about parents, that's fine. Marital status, yada, yada, all that good stuff. So the reason why I read that stuff to you guys is because the fact that because they don't know how to properly answer this stuff. They don't know how to address these issues in these packets and more. There's other things that go along with these applications that I'm not going to discuss. You have to really know what you're doing. I'm going to give a good example. Let's say in Washington State, under the revised code of Washington, I think 9836 is the one for assault. I mean, I guess I can look it up here. I think it's 9836.040, something in that neighborhood. Anyway, the point is, not every assault requires even a waiver. So the discount waiver companies will see like a person with a US conviction. They don't understand the US statutes, much less the individual state. So they'll put the wrong info in these boxes and screw the person up in a sense. Now the person needs a waiver when they didn't need it in the beginning. Or if the person could have gotten a lifetime clearance, they didn't address that properly and the person's screwed. And again, it's the same applies to lawyers. I'm not just talking about discount waiver companies. In some ways, they're actually worse. They don't have a clue. And I've argued with lawyers on these topics. And they get pissed at me because they know that we know our stuff better than they do. And I'll come out and say, yeah, we have more arrogance than they do, but that's just their problem. So the discount waiver companies, getting back to them, is they have to keep so many bodies coming in to keep the lights on. So they push these pardons. So if you're Batman's pardons and waivers, and you get 10 people coming in for 10 people, let's say in 2 weeks, or 10 people call you in 2 weeks, you're going to try your best to get all 10 in and charge them, I don't know, $600, let's just say. And then you'll tell them, oh yeah, you can make monthly payments of $50, $100. Okay, people, and if they stupidly buy it, Batman's taking that money and using that money to pay his lights, his water, his heats, et cetera, while slapping your packet together. He'll extend it out as long as possible so he can keep getting those payments in. And that's how Batman survives. So, and when Batman's putting the pardon together and the pardon shows that the person won't qualify, he won't tell you that. He'll still put it together, send it forward. And when it comes back denied, he'll say, oh, sorry about that. Because with the discount waiver companies, guys, it's all about volume. They need to keep a high volume up every month to keep the doors open, whereas we don't. And if their volume drops, they are in trouble. And this is why every time you call them, they either quickly ask for a credit card number or try to shove a pardon down your throat as quickly as possible. Guys, I've told you numerous times, you don't need a Canadian pardon unless it's for employment, get citizenship, or do sports coaching. Beyond that, what does it actually serve? The US does not recognize it. It serves nothing. You pay that government fee of $657. You pay Batman $600 fee or whatever he may charge. You're out $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for nothing down the toilet. Now, if you guys want to just toss money down the toilet or give money away, feel free to give me a shout at 888-908-3841 if you want to just give away free money, and I will gladly accept it. But I've always told you guys that I try to save you guys money if at all possible. Now, even though we do the waiver applications to get people cleared, people say, well, Ken, aren't you losing money? I said, no, because if I can save you some money where you won't have to get a waiver, I'm happy with it because, hey, everyone, well, I won't say everyone, but a lot of people want to save money, especially during COVID. Another person called the other day and she did waivers on her own. She didn't actually need it. It was for an assault conviction. She had some issue with a border guard. The border guard told her the wrong thing, which half the time these US Customs guards are wrong anyway. Long story short, she ended up doing her own waiver. And she got a waiver, didn't need it. So then she wanted to get cleared for life, get rid of the issue. And there were some other things involved with her case or her issue that we could have fixed for her or helped her out with it. She didn't like the price tag that we told her. And I didn't realize that at first until she told me in an email she didn't like the price. And I said, I mean, what do I tell you? The price is the price. You know, the price is right, so to speak. And then she said she didn't like my tone on the phone. She said I made her feel stupid. And the thing is, I told her, in an email, I said, look, that was not my intent. So my intent was just to go over, the details behind what happened with your issue. But what it was, guys, on the phone, she wanted basically, how can I say it? Typical person who she wanted, someone to soothe her, to comfort her, to say, it's okay, don't worry, it's okay, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm not here to soothe you. I'm here to be bluntly honest and straightforward with you. Now, I will never call you names or anything. But the thing is, if a person feels the way they do within themselves, that's not my fault or my problem. That's your problem. So my job is to make sure you get approved. It's not my job to massage your ego. So if you need that, I can refer you to the counselor that we use for our stuff, but it's not my job to massage your ego. So that's a personal issue you have to contend with. But if you want the blunt, honest truth from us, you'll get it, whether it's good truth or, well, good news or bad news. In this case, she didn't like the fee, so it is what it is. So she said she's going to call around. Well, that's fine. But the thing is, not many people know how to get the lifetime ones like we do. I'm trying to think. I think we're the only ones, if I recall correctly. Because the thing is, with those, there's certain things that have to be added in, like certain supplements that really aren't available to the general public. We have them on archive and in the binders. So we keep them in paper form so you guys can easily retrieve it. So we're very security conscious here. But anyway, so the point is I'm getting at is when you deal with someone for these waiver applications, you really need to make sure they know that they know what they are doing. And a lot of the discount waiver companies like Batman's, Pardons and Waivers, they don't have a clue what they're doing. They never enforced any laws on the street as a law enforcement officer. They never worked for the American federal government. They don't have any other, I can say, former co-workers who still work for the system where they can bounce stuff off of, like we can. They don't have any of that stuff. And even with a lot of the lawyers, they don't have that. So we got the books, we got the law books, we got the training. But with us, we'll put together a waiver application. We do not give legal advice. We do not provide legal services. I've said that before, and I'll stand by that. We do have the same knowledge, but we don't offer the advice or the services. So with us, you're basically getting the same knowledge of a higher end firm without actually us giving you the actual advice. So you advise yourself what to do, but we just pass on the information that's in the system. So if that makes any sense. The discount waiver companies, they cannot do that because they don't know how to do it. A lot of them don't even know how to tie their shoes. So, oh, what's that? Oh, someone over in V-Spotting. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd make the quick video today. It's what time is it? It's 12:09, December 9th here in good old Surrey, BC. And the one troll keeps saying that I'm in England right now. Well, this looks like Surrey, BC to me, but I guess he doesn't know the difference between Surrey, British Columbia, and England. So anyway, so again, so it's Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Information Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com. And it's 1-888, or for other people, 888-908-3841, or 604-332-9213. Give us a shout, check out what we can do for you. We can sort you out quite proper. If you're in England watching this, then I can direct you to the London office, the London staff. If you're in Washington State, we'll have to have you come up here, I guess, in that sense. So we're getting a lot of people flying out now from Ontario, surprisingly, coming to give us personal visits. So Ontario, Alberta, one from Saskatchewan. So we're getting people flying in, actually, because we got a lot of good programs going on. I got a lot of good things in development that I won't elaborate on just yet. But once these things are launched, we are going to be the #1 dog in this industry in all of Canada. So I'm thinking that's going to take about 4 months, but then we're going to be the top. So it's 2 more things I have to get done. But after those 2 things are done, you guys will know us. Well, we're already known in Europe. So we'll definitely be even more global than now. So again, Ken Scott signing off. And in the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and prosper.